Ready to elevate your home? Picture this: central heating, a cozy fireplace, or your dream walk-in closet. Build a backyard oasis, go green with solar panels, or start a business. It's all possible with Figure's home equity line of credit. Unlock up to $400,000. Apply online in 5 minutes. Funding in as little as 5 days. Head to Figure.com and transform your home. Figure Lending LLC, DBA Figure, Equal Opportunity Lender, NMLS 1717824. Terms and conditions apply. Visit Figure.com for more information. For licensing information, go to www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org.
Grumpy Old Geeks, a weekly talk show hosted by Brian Schulmeister and Jason DeFilippo, discussing the finer points of what went wrong on the internet and who's to blame.
Welcome to Grumpy Old Geeks. I'm Jason DeFilippo.
And I'm sad Brian Schulmeister.
Oh, sad Brian Schulmeister.
We'll get into that later.
Don wrote in some follow-up. Just finished last week's episode regarding the Tesla crash. Check out this article. Not an actual dictate requiring car manufacturers to stop the madness, but it may get buyers to rethink purchasing one car over another. Now, this is an article about the European New Car Assessment Program, which is set to introduce new tests in 2026 to encourage the automotive industry to reduce reliance on touchscreens for critical controls. The organization highlights the industry-wide shift to central touchscreens for essential functions as a significant safety concern, leading to increased driver distraction and potential crashes, which I would say definite crashes. Mm-hmm. The future guidelines aim for the reintroduction of physical controls for vital features such as turn signals, hazard lights, and windshield wipers to enhance driving safety. Although they cannot enforce these changes, its influence and the importance of a high safety rating may pressure manufacturers to adapt. This move could notably impact Tesla, which has recently replaced the traditional control stalks with haptic buttons on the steering wheel.
Yeah. I mean, I've told you, I drove my friend's Tesla, and I was very off-put by that. It's not safe. I don't think it's safe at all. You need the standard controls that have been around forever that we have all learned to do. Yeah, 100%. If only there were organizations that could enforce these sorts of things.
Yes, I think what we're going to see as a theme this episode, Brian, is that people are going to define guidelines that they cannot enforce.
Ah.
This is going to happen. This is happening now, and it will all happen again within the span of the next 60 minutes. Yeah. But regarding that crash, the other shoe dropped. Mm-hmm. It turns out that billionaire Angela Chow had a blood alcohol level that was almost 3 times more than the state's legal limit. Ooh. Blanco County Sheriff's Office confirmed the findings and called the event a, quote, unfortunate accident. Texas's legal cutoff for BAC is 0.08, and hers was 0.233.
But Jason, it's a self-driving car. It shouldn't matter if she's blottoed.
Exactly.
It says full self-driving right there on the tin.
It does. It does. It doesn't say where it's going to drive you.
Into a lake.
There's the rub.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, as someone who has officially blown a 0.38 in what was a professional, 0.4, by the way, is coma, so I don't recommend trying this at home. To blow a 0.23, you need to be a professional. And I don't think she may have been an advanced amateur, but 0.23 is pretty tough. So,
man, I'm not even in the bush leagues. I thought my second glass of scotch last night was pushing it.
Yeah, lightweight.
In the news.
Well, the FCC has done something, sort of. They've raised the speeds required to describe internet service as broadband for the first time since 2015. So they've concluded that 100 Mbps downloads and 20 Mbps uploads will be the new standard. Can you guess what it was? Where they could say that they had high speed?
What?
25 up and 3 down.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait, the other way around.
It's the other way, flip it around. Yeah, 25 down, 3 up. So 100 megabits down, 20 up. That's
That's reasonable.
It's okay. It's not great.
I mean, it's fine for most people. It's fine for most families with streaming and working and all that sort of stuff. It does the job.
Yeah. I upload.
Yeah, the uploads need to go better these days, but I think so. To your earlier point, the FCC can't police ISPs to force them to do this.
Okay.
All they could do is say, you can't say you have high-speed broadband internet if you don't have that. So you can do other clever marketing buzzwords and ploys.
Unlimited.
So, yeah.
Everything's unlimited.
Everything's unlimited. Never mind those cutoffs.
Now, that's the nice thing about getting fiber. I got AT&T fiber to my house, and it is 1 gigabit up, 1 gigabit down. So
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, except with my Eero routers, like spread out and everything, I get in my living room, I get about 200 down and 600 up, which is strange. You'd think that would be kind of, I don't know, on parity, but no. And in my bedroom, I get 100 down and about 700 up. So if I want to torrent a bunch of stuff, I'm set. But if I want to actually download a movie to watch, buffering.
I'm sitting at basically what the FCC would consider a high-speed internet, 120, because that's about as good as you can get in Canada without like having to mortgage your house to pay for internet.
Rogers?
It's expensive here. There's two companies. There's Rogers and Bell. That's it. And they definitely collude on pricing.
Yeah. Fuckers.
Yep. Well, Apple has had a very bad, no good week. They can't seem to get out of facing a class action lawsuit over AirTag stalking, even though they rolled out all those different sorts of safety protocols, the beeping,
I was going to say, you mean beeping?
Yeah, beeping. Well, what else are they going to do? It's a fucking AirTag.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to stand up and tap you on the shoulder. We're not there yet.
You are being stalked, sir.
See the guy wearing the baklava behind you? He's following you. I mean, which begs the question, what the fuck exactly is Apple supposed to do? It is a piece of technology. They have done the best they can in terms of trying to implement safety methods. I mean, I get how these can be used and to track people, but the technology now exists. We can't put this back in the box. So
yeah. I want to be able to turn off that stupid beep. But I love, too, that they say that it is a loud beep. It is not loud. You cannot hear the damn thing. But if somebody steals my backpack, I don't want it to alert them that there's a fucking AirTag in it.
Yeah, I know. I agree. It's kind of frustrating the way it rolls out.
Yeah.
So I think this is a bit of a nothing burger, and even if Apple loses, the amount of money that they're going to have to pay out on this it's not even going to be the coffee money we always talk about. So it is unfortunate that whatever has happened to the people that have been victimized through this sort of stuff. But I think Apple is doing the best they can to try to fail safe this technology.
And there are a million other companies that do the same thing.
Oh, exactly. Yes, Sam. Exactly. There are other companies that make them much less discernible, too. Like Apple's are fucking white and silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other companies make like these fucking camouflaged ones. So
yeah, that don't beep, probably. That would be the great thing about the lawsuit is instead of getting cash, everybody just gets a free AirTag. There you go.
Yeah,
have another one.
Yep. The more serious lawsuit that they're facing is the Justice Department has filed an antitrust lawsuit against Apple over its infamous walled garden. This is, of course, on the heels of the European Commission slapping Apple with the £1.8 billion or $1.95 billion fine from music streaming developers and informing iOS users about alternative. Basically saying, Apple, you have to tell people that there are other options and make them more readily available instead of, just pushing your own. Well, or Apple's other solution, which is if anybody starts using a third-party thing, they just buy it.
There's always that.
So, yeah, this is the suit, and Apple is basically saying this would set a dangerous precedent, empowering government to take a heavy hand in designing people's technology. I kind of, again, I talked about this with the music streaming thing. Yes, Apple could make it a bit easier, and they probably should. But I also think Apple entirely has the right. It's their product to kind of mostly control what's going to be on it. It's their technology. It's their playground.
Yeah, but I kind of hope they lose.
I think they will.
I'm sorry. I hope they lose.
So,
yeah, I'm kind of tired of the bullshit. I just I'd like to be able to, I don't know, sideload an app onto my phone if I want to.
Yeah.
I'd like to put on maybe a different OS if I want to. I'd like to customize it if I want to. I get
then
where
buy an Android.
I want to do everything except use an Android because
I think that's going to be Apple's point is like that you have an option to do all that sort of thing. We have competitors.
Yeah, in some ways they have competitors, but there are some things where you can't set an alternate payment method for your tap to
which
buy.
Is bullshit. Like I said, there are things that I think that they should cave on. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's going to be, but the thing is, this is going to take years and years to do get anything done. So, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's going to be that much change unless, Europe does it, then we're all set. If we try and do
to
it,
be the case, yes.
Nothing's going to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
No. Anyway, DoorDash, in partnership with Alphabet's Wing drone delivery company, has launched a new fast food delivery pilot in the U.S., specifically targeting residents near the Wendy's at 2355 North Franklin Street in Christiansburg, Virginia.
You want a square crappy burger? We gotcha.
Hey, man, Wendy's is pretty good. Their breakfast sandwich is the best out of all of them. I'm sorry. This service allows for drone deliveries of Wendy's meals directly to customers living within approximately 2.5 miles of the location, provided they have a clear space for the drone to land. This is Christiansburg, Virginia. I'm guessing it's pretty,
There's space.
I'm guessing there's space.
Yes. I feel like deja vu. I feel like we've done this exact same story like 5 times over the last 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they've just been, jumping through legal hurdles, and they maybe have finally cleared it this time. But I know we've said they're launching a fast food delivery pilot in the U.S. before.
And I'm pretty sure it's all been in Christiansburg, Virginia before.
Yes, I'm almost positive. I could just be, having a stroke, but I hope not. One's enough for this show.
Yeah, one's enough. See, the thing about this is I'm on board now. I've completely changed my mind about drone deliveries. That little thing called global warming and dealing with all these damn DoorDash drivers everywhere, leaving their cars running, clogging up the roads. Give me a drone delivery. I'm fine with it. It's better for the environment than me getting in my car and going to pick it up,
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just cook at home, but that's not realistic. People don't
still need the groceries. Get those delivered by drone.
But but you can still do one grocery run for a week's worth of groceries.
That's true.
Anything to get more cars off the road, I'm happy with. I'm fine with. Do it. Make it. I mean, who cares? Whatever. That's what it's going to be. So.
Well, here's something that might keep more cars off the road. Starbucks is pulling the plug on Odyssey, its Web3 rewards program that gave members access to collectible NFTs. Surely that will stop people from driving to Starbucks because it was so popular.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the headline was, it took Starbucks a little too long to realize coffee NFTs aren't it. So they updated their FAQ on Friday to let members know that the beta program is closing on March 31st, and they have a little over a week left to complete any remaining activities called journeys. Those will shut down on March 25th. Users, thank God, won't lose their stamps, Starbucks NFTs, which are hosted on Nifty Gateway, at least until Nifty Gateway goes out of business.
Yep.
Then you'll lose them. But they'll have to sign up for Nifty using their Starbucks rewards email to access them there.
But Brian, Nifty can't go away. NFTs can't go away. It's on the blockchain.
Oh, that's true. It can never be erased.
People are going to know forever that you bought that latte. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, I guess there is a reason that this is sad. In a conversation with TechCrunch published just last month, Odyssey community leader Steve Kaczynski emphasized the community element, saying, I've seen that people who live in California in the Starbucks Odyssey community are really good friends with people in Chicago, and they've even met up in real life at times. This never would have happened if not for Web3.
Did he say that with a straight fucking face?
Yeah, there wasn't any other way for people to meet each other on the internet before.
Thank God Starbucks came along and stopped that loneliness epidemic that we're having. Holy shit, Starbucks. Thank you.
Well, maybe Odyssey going away is why we're all sad. We'll get to that in a bit.
Oh, Steve.
Anyways, unbelievable.
Oh, my God. Okay. Some more unbelievable news. Users of job review site Glassdoor say the company added their real names to user profiles without consent. One user said Glassdoor retrieved her full name from an email and put it on her previously anonymous account. Another said Glassdoor added a jumbled mix of his personal details from unknown sources. Users are concerned this compromises the anonymity Glassdoor has long promised for candid employer reviews. You fucking think? You fucking think?
Boy, this was a big fucking fuck up.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Let's kill our company in one move.
Yep.
That's it. Some feel forced to delete accounts to remove their data. Duh. Glassdoor says users can choose to post anonymously or with real names, but did not explain how it obtains user information. Now, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I've never used Glassdoor because I haven't had an employer in a long time to bitch about.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't the whole value proposition of Glassdoor that you go on there anonymously to bitch about your boss so that they can never find out that it's you? Isn't that it?
That is the theory, yeah.
Yeah, theory.
Yeah.
It
that was the
worked in
whole
theory.
point of the company. in its entirety. There was nothing else. There was no pivot. That was it.
Good luck, Glassdoor, with that one.
They are done.
I don't see a recovery available option for that.
No.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess they're closer to their name, Glassdoor, and see right through. It's not called opaque door, Jason.
Hey there. Let me tell you about Factor, the meal delivery service that's making eating better a total breeze. I've been trying their ready-to-eat meals for over a week now, and let me just say they've leveled up my lunch game like nobody's business. As someone who's been living off microwave meals for years, I can confidently say that Factor's chef-crafted dishes blow those out of the water. The chicken stays juicy, the veggies are crisp, and the flavors absolutely delicious. I'm talking about meals like artichoke and spinach chicken and spicy poblano beef bowls. Out of this world. But here's the best part. These meals are ready in just 2 minutes. No prepping, no cooking, no mess. Just heat and eat whenever you're hungry. And with over 35 different options to choose from every week, including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto, you'll never get bored. They've even got add-ons like smoothies and pancakes to keep you fueled up all day long. And if your schedule changes, no worries. You can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. Factor is the perfect solution if you're looking for fast, premium options without any cooking required. Plus, it's actually less expensive than takeout, and every meal is dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for Factor today and start eating better with zero efforts. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you. So head over to factormeals.com/grumpy50 and use code grumpy50 to get 50% off. That's code grumpy50 at factormeals.com/grumpy50 to get 50% off. The link for Factor will be in the show notes.
Today's episode is sponsored by Private Internet Access, America's #1 virtual private network, also known as a VPN. Even if you use incognito mode, your internet service provider is storing your browsing data and many times even selling it. But Private Internet Access, or PIA, can help. PIA encrypts and reroutes your internet traffic through one of its own servers, hiding your data from your internet service provider or network admin. And with servers in over 75 countries, you can get unrestricted access to geo-block content around the world. PIA comes with an easy-to-use app and browser extensions for all devices, a rock-solid privacy policy, open-source security, advanced customization settings, and it was just ranked the fastest VPN in the world by PC Mag. If you sign up with PIA right now, you can take advantage of a special deal only for GOG listeners. By using our link, gog.show/VPN, you can get complete digital privacy for less than $2 a month and 4 extra months for free, which means only $1.98 a month and up to 83% off. That's so much more inexpensive than virtually every other VPN on the market. And if you get it right now, you can take PIA's 30-day risk-free challenge. You can try it out for 30 days and see if you like it. If not, just return it for a full refund. So go to gog.show/VPN and try out the best VPN on the planet completely risk-free. That's gog.show/VPN.
Okay, you ready for this one, Brian?
Yep.
Let's talk about the UN for a second, something we generally don't do on this show. Today, the United Nations General Assembly adopted by consensus a U.S.-led resolution on, wait for it, seizing the opportunities of safe, secure, and trustworthy artificial intelligence systems for sustainable development, also known as STUSASASAFATAVA. This is the first ever standalone resolution negotiated at the UN General Assembly to establish a global consensus approach to AI governance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what's this going to do for us, Jason? How's this going to save us from the AI apocalypse?
All right. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
The resolution encourages member states to promote safe, secure, and trustworthy AI systems by, here we go, cooperating with and providing capacity building and technical and financial assistance to developing countries. Closing the AI divides and other digital divides that exist between and within countries. Promoting equitable access to the benefits of AI systems. Respecting, protecting, and promoting human rights and fundamental freedoms throughout the life cycle of AI systems. Protecting individuals from all forms of discrimination, bias, misuse, or other harm from AI systems. Developing regulatory and governance approaches and frameworks related to AI systems. Testing AI systems prior to deployment and use. Failed already.
Well, failed on most of these already.
Oh, yeah. Raising public awareness of the appropriate civil use of AI systems.
Nobody's figured out an appropriate use yet?
Encouraging the development of tools that identify AI-generated digital content and their origin.
Right.
Still going. Safeguarding privacy and the protection of personal data. Here's another one. Respecting intellectual property rights.
You mean the whole thing that this was based on by trampling them? Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Mitigating the potential negative consequences for workforces and encouraging the private sector to adhere to applicable international and domestic laws. Now, remember, Brian, this is all encouragement from our friends at the United Nations.
Well, thanks for that. Yeah. Nobody's going to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we should willingly do all of these things, which will destroy our business models.
Oh, hey,
okay.
But Microsoft's on board. They're behind it.
Well, they're behind encouraging it.
Yes, they are very much behind encouraging it. They give it a thumbs up.
Nice ideas, guys.
Keep going. Keep it going.
Yep. Starbucks coffees for everybody.
Free NFTs for everyone. In more AI news, Google has been hit with a massive $270 million fine from the French authorities. The penalty stems from Google using articles from media companies to train its AI chatbot Gemini without getting permission. France's antitrust agency ruled Google violated orders to negotiate fair compensation with publishers for reusing their content.
Okay.
This just gets better.
This is all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. The fine is part of an ongoing dispute between France and tech giants over monopolistic practices. It highlights the broader debate around who owns and profits from data and content online. Google says it wants to turn the page and work constructively with publishers going forward.
Never mind everything that we scooped up, which is the entirety of human knowledge on the internet to this point.
Yeah.
Let's just start fresh, and anything new that we take, we'll figure out something.
Yeah, if you come up with something new, let's talk.
My God, these companies. Gotta burn it all down, man. We need a tech fight club.
Oh, we're gonna keep going on here.
Okay.
YouTube is requiring creators to disclose when they use AI to generate realistic content that could be mistaken for real people, places, or events. The new policy aims to combat misleading AI manipulation of videos.
So more moderation that they don't do already?
No. This is great. Creators must answer disclosure questions when uploading, and YouTube will label altered content videos accordingly. So, self-policing, they're encouraged to do the right thing. Oh. Rules exempt clearly unrealistic AI content like animations or special effects. The move follows concerns over AI's potential to mislead viewers, especially around elections. YouTube says it's also developing a process for people depicted in AI videos to request removal.
Okay.
But they shouldn't have to if somebody's, oh, never mind. Fucking give up.
I know. But you have like 20 more stories. Let's go.
I know, because Facebook hasn't given up. Facebook's algorithm is now boosting bizarre AI-generated images and pages spreading spam and scams. Yay.
I've 100% noticed this.
Yes. I haven't because I stay the fuck up. After my last experiment on Facebook with the turned into animal murder, I'm like, I'm done. Researchers have found hundreds of pages using uncanny AI images like the now famous Shrimp Jesus to drive clicks to ad-laden websites and potentially malicious links. The AI content goes viral by exploiting Facebook's engagement algorithms. While strange, the viral images hint at a larger coordinated artificial amplification campaign taking over users' feeds through recommendation systems, which has been what they've done forever. That's just going to do it easier now because it's fucking AI, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And of course, since it is just encouraged, Facebook has not taken action, allowing these AI spam networks to proliferate across its platform because Meta has not joined the UN just yet.
All right.
They're just happy to get page views over there, I think.
I think so. Like, I don't know what Facebook has become, but it's a wasteland.
Okay, couple more. We're almost done here.
All right.
A new Under Armour ad featuring boxer Anthony Joshua has sparked controversy among creatives on Instagram. The director claimed it was the, quote, first AI-powered sports commercial, combining AI tools with existing footage. However, critics quickly pointed out that much of the footage was directly repurposed from a previous commercial directed by Gustav Johansson without proper credit. So... he didn't even have to go to the AI to have them steal the work to be trained on. He just went straight to the source, stole some work, and then put some AI lipstick on the pig. It doesn't matter. Did you watch this commercial?
I did.
It's fucking terrible.
It is. It's just a commercial. Jesus
but it's
Christ.
not even. It's not even good.
No.
It's like, it is seriously a terrible piece of art. It's just not good.
Well.
But I guess that's because it was first, Brian.
It was first.
Yes. Finally, Stability AI, the company behind the popular text-to-image generator Stable Diffusion, is facing a crisis as several AI developers have resigned. Oh,
Feeling a little less stable over there.
Yes, Stability AI is now Unstability AI. So basically,
it's getting diffused, as it were.
Yes, they are. Stable Diffusion has been diffused. So they're just losing people over there because they're like, yeah, I guess we're done. We're moving on. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a quick note about this, because I saw how many AI articles that you put in here, and I just did a quick little search for myself about what's going on. And I am seeing more and more and more AI is bullshit articles coming out now. People are really writing a lot about this, I think, and smart people, not just people on their blogs or on Twitter going, stupid AI. It's thoughtful pieces. And so I'm starting to think this may have peaked, at least for now, or at least until we have some sort of actual real breakthrough to get the next step towards actual AI. I think people are starting to really realize this is kind of a fun toy, that there are some uses for it, but the hype is nowhere near the reality.
Right. There's a metric shit ton of business uses for it. As we've reported, people are getting fired. That's the main use. Headcount reduction is the main use of AI right now.
Seems to be.
Yeah. Just basic conversational stuff that, and what NVIDIA is now going to be putting out an AI generated nurse, which honestly can probably help some things, but the reason we don't have enough nurses is because the hospitals were cheap, and now they're just going to be cheaper, so probably less qualified nurses. That means people aren't going to want to go into the profession, and then we end up with a plumber shortage like we have right now. So, however it's all going to work out, I don't know. I'm just going to put my head down and cry for a while.
It's when you start to get happy that you're actually old.
I don't know.
Hopefully I won't be around for the crash.
And if you are, you won't be able to get out of the car.
It self-drove me into the lake, Jason. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is a fun one. England has convicted its first cyberflasher under a new law
I guess Omegle's shutting down.
Under a new law criminalizing the unsolicited sending of explicit photos. Nicholas Hawkes, 39, was sentenced to 66 weeks in prison for sending a dickie to a 15-year-old girl and an adult woman via WhatsApp. He pleaded guilty just 4 days after the incident. Prosecutors state this case sets a precedent that hiding behind a screen does not make such crimes legal.
One would argue he was not hiding anything.
He was definitely not hiding anything.
One has to wonder why a 39-year-old man has a 15-year-old girl in his WhatsApp to begin with.
Well, there's a lot of... that is a topic for a different show.
Okay. I'm just saying I have questions.
Yes, so did the police. That's why he's now going to prison.
And he didn't have good answers. That's
Yes.
I think we're safe there.
Yes,
Yeah.
we need you for a lineup, sir. Trop trow.
Drop trow.
Russia has issued a warning accusing the United States of using commercial satellite operators like SpaceX for intelligence efforts. Shocker.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, the threat comes after reports of SpaceX signing a classified contract worth $1.8 billion with the U.S. intelligence agency to launch hundreds of spy satellites.
Quick
Here's the
note,
thing
this is again why we consider Musk doing drugs fair game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about SpaceX spy satellites. You can see them with a fucking telescope. They don't hide.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova stated these systems become a legitimate target for retaliatory measures, including military ones. So, maybe, hey, if they can figure out a way to get space junk out of the sky.
Star Wars. We're talking
Here we go
nothing
again.
but Star Wars. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, so is what it's going to be. But just a side note, Brian, I sent this to you and I thought it was pretty funny. We charted in the Russian podcast charts at number 5 this week.
Hello, comrades.
Yes, hello, Russian friends. Please get the fuck out of Ukraine. Okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah, we'd like to avoid the Third World War.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
In other news, House passes a bill that would bar data brokers from selling Americans' personal information. If only it stopped there, Jason. But it doesn't. Only to adversary countries. Yeah, you can no longer sell personal data to Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, but you can fucking sell it to Starbucks.
Is fine.
You can fucking sell it to Microsoft. You can sell it to Glassdoor. Nobody
Yep.
gives a fuck about that. So thanks for nothing, guys.
Hey, but it was a unanimous vote. It passed.
Hey.
Oh God. Well, now the big news of the week is the U.S. happiness ranking plummets. Oh God, the annual World Happiness Report has come out, and the U.S. is now 23rd. We're 23rd. We're 23rd in the list of the world's happiest countries.
Yeah.
So stay in Canada, Brian, because you guys are at number 15.
We are at number 15, but it's not all rosy here. We've slipped 2 positions compared to last year, unfortunately. We used to be the 13th. The top 25 is led by Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, and Israel, rounding out the top 5. I think if they redid that right now in Israel, maybe they'd drop a bit.
Maybe just a little bit.
It's a little sketchy there right now.
Yeah,
so I wonder what all those countries that are in the top have in common.
Hot women.
Well, yes, but I was fair. Also a metric.
Yes.
But I was more thinking, socialized medicine and safety nets and community and. Okay, let's just go with hot women. That's fine.
I'm sticking with hot women. Sorry.
But this one article is for both the U.S. and Canada. The kids are not okay. So no matter what metric you're looking at, they broke it down by age groups, and kids are unhappy. And I wonder why. Look at all the shit they're growing up with. It's social media. Everything we talk about in this podcast all the time, companies fucking lying about everything. It's just insane. So kids are not having any of this, but good luck changing it. I hope you do. The thing that made me unhappy in this particular report was it says this year's report is the first time rankings have been given based on an age group, and happiness among youth in North America has fallen sharply to the point where those under 30 are less happy than those 60 and older. If this is the first time the rankings have been coming out, how do we know that it's fallen sharply?
Well, this
is the first time it's been ranked.
That's true.
Most downloads ever, Jason.
Most downloads ever. I mean, yes, the country rank has been out, but the age rank has not. So
you've never done it before. So how do you know there's a change?
Yeah,
you need 2 data points.
That is true. That is very interesting. Maybe they had the numbers and they just didn't disclose them. So.
Maybe. Am I the only person that notices this shit in articles? Because it starts to drive me insane. Is it just poor writing? Are these written by AI? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just going to sit over here and join the kids and be miserable.
I just like that they're saying those are 30 or less happy and those 60 and older are more happy. And I guess just us in the miserable middle. just are stuck with it.
Yeah, we're just putting up with it because we're Gen Xers. It's what we do.
It is kind of what we do. Yeah, I think we are going to be just the miserable middle. I think we'll go with that for now.
Okay, the miserable middle.
Speaking of being miserable, a new study in the Andrology Journal highlights a strong link between extended leisure computer use and increased risk of erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
Researchers from China, analyzing data from over 220,000 individuals, discovered that men raised their chances of erectile dysfunction by 3.57 times for each additional 1.2 hours spent on a computer daily. Now, while the study found no similar risk associated with other sedentary activities like watching TV, it suggests that moderate physical activity could mitigate these effects. So stand while rubbing one out with your limp noodle.
The ED could be caused by being there for 1.2 hours on fucking Pornhub or whatever. There might be a correlation. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it says, although the study points to a correlation rather than a causation, it raises concerns for those with sedentary lifestyles, particularly avid PC gamers. Andrology expert Alan Pacey advises men concerned about their erectile function to reduce computer time and increase physical activity. This research could also influence China's regulatory approach to video gaming, especially considering the country's focus on addressing declining birth rates. I'm guessing that these guys are playing video games because they can't use their noodle, so they got to find something else to do. So, talk to the ladies, put out more, and we'll fix this whole problem. No more video games. Everybody's got boners.
Yeah, or move to Finland, Denmark, Sweden, because as Jason has pointed out,
that's the place to go.
What makes a life a good one? Is it the adventure you have? Or the friends you find along the way? Maybe it's pursuing your passion while striving to protect, defend, and save what you believe in every single day. So what makes a life a good one? In the Coast Guard, we think it's all of the above and more. But you'll have to find out for yourself. Visit gocoastguard.com to learn more.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Media candy.
At some point pre-pandemic, I guess the final season of Better Call Saul came out. Did it come out pre-pandemic? I can't remember.
Who knows what happened when?
At some point in those mists of time, Jason, my wife and I had been watching the show, and we never watched the final season. We just never got around to it. Completely forgot about it, and we're on it now. And man, it is good.
Oh, it's so good.
How good this show is, and this last season is amazing. I'm really enjoying it so far. So there's your blast from the past.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
He's already done 2 more television series since then.
Well, not as good as this one, I'm guessing.
No,
I haven't heard about them. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I watched the first episode of one of them, or we got 20 minutes into it, and we're like, "Well, this sucks." So.
Fair. The trailer for the new Star Wars TV show that's coming came out. Star Wars: The Acolyte. Good looking trailer.
Acolyte, not Alkalite.
Oh, sorry.
We don't need to get in another Osaka problem.
It's got Osaka
Brian.
in it.
Yeah. The Alkalites are too busy drinking Osaki.
Yeah. There you go. Anyway, it looks great. I don't know if you watched it. I was going to share it with Dave, but Dave's not here. Dave's not here, man.
No, he's not. I did watch it.
Yeah, it looks good, right? I think it's going to be interesting.
When did basically Jedi become just ninjas? Everything it's just like, Star Wars.
It's a very
Matrixy
feel.
Matrixy, ninja-y, yeah. It's like got a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
then
I mean, it's the same complaint that everybody had when the first set of prequels came out, and all of a sudden lightsaber battles were a lot better than what we got in the first.
Yeah, and they came in juicy fruit colors too.
Yeah. Just fucking purple, just because he wanted it. Let's destroy the entire internal lore of your masterpiece because Sam Jackson wants a purple lightsaber.
If Sam Jackson wants a purple lightsaber, Sam Jackson gets a fucking purple lightsaber.
Well, he fucking did.
Yes, he does.
If Simon Pegg ever played a Jedi, I hope he'd ask for a tartan one.
That'd be great. I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, it looked. I mean, we'll see. It's a teaser trailer. That's all. We got to go off of. But I'm, a good track record on these shows. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, and I think it's more Matrixy because, well, Trinity's in it. So
yeah, of course.
Kind of gotta have that bent. At least she's not wearing vinyl. So
what do you mean? I want her in vinyl.
Go back and watch the Matrix 5 or whatever that redo was.
Good looking older lady. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Okay. It's not, vinyl is not very Star Wars is what I'm trying to say. I'm not putting her down.
Head to toe.
Huh? Well,
Darth
she's
Vader,
a Jedi.
Okay.
No, but she's a Jedi, so.
Well, we don't know.
Kind of. Well, anyway, we need Dave for this. We can't talk any Star Wars without Dave
That's
here.
true. This is our mistake for this episode.
Yeah, he's our voice of reason. So next week he'll be back. We'll redo this next week. But speaking of Matrixy looking people, the new trailer for Beetlejuice is out. Did you get a chance to watch this one?
The juice is loose, Jason.
The juice is loose.
I love it. I cannot wait.
I need to go back and watch the first one.
I did recently. It held up.
It's got legs?
Well, it's got legs because it's Tim Burton. It's stop motion animation that's supposed to look ridiculous.
It's just got Winona Ryder. That's all I care about.
Well, it does.
Yeah.
No, it held up pretty well. Michael Keaton's fantastic in the role. This looks great. I can't wait for it.
Now I want to go back and watch Heathers. Winona.
Edward Scissorhands. Even though she was blonde, that was her most beautiful.
Nah, I beg to differ. Okay. The Regime is out on Max.
Yes, I've heard about this.
This is a strange show. It comes from the producers of Succession, so I thought, let's give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's strange.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I've heard about it.
We can't stop watching it, though. That's the weird part. It's surprisingly addictive. It's only going to be 6 episodes. There's 3 in, and it's quirky. I'm kind of enjoying it, kind of not. I don't know. It's really out there. It's really strange and really out there. But so far, I'm enjoying it. I don't know where it's going to go, what it's going to be, but it's one of those things, Brian, for you, have a glass of wine, check it out.
Okay. I was thinking just to wait until it ends and see if people think it stuck a season landing. So
okay. I got a feeling there's not going to be another one, but
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. Because it's not burning up the airwaves with chatter, Right. It's like when Succession was out, I heard about that pretty much nonstop the instant something happened. Mm-hmm. But this, not so much.
Right.
The 3-Body Problem is out, finally.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched any of it yet?
No, I have not. I have read more than a few reviews saying that they basically gut the book. They foundation it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I can't remember much of the book, which is perfect.
That's true.
I started watching it last night. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I would have kept watching, except I had to get up early to do this fucking show.
Oh, really? That good, huh?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was into it. Yeah, I'm there for it. So
they don't have a great track record on finishing shows well.
No, they don't. But I go into that eyes wide open.
Okay, I will give it a go then. I will watch some of it this weekend.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the weekend so I can watch more of it. Okay. I don't know if I'll finish it this weekend.
Is it all dropped? Like everything's out?
Dude, it's Netflix. Of course, it's all there.
Okay, fantastic.
No, like I said, I would have stayed up all night to watch it, but I had to be here. Gonna show up to work. So I kind of do. End of the month is coming. I need to show up. Sorry. Okay. Apple TV Plus has released a documentary called The Bloody 100th, which is the actual backstory of Masters of the Air, what this is all of the shit that they should have put in the episodes.
I was about to say
this is the stuff that made Band of Brothers fascinating. They took it, put it in a separate documentary, and ran it after the other series ran. This was really, really good.
Okay.
It was fascinating. You get the character development that I was bemoaning when I was watching Masters of the Air. So what I plan to do now is go back and watch Masters of the Air now that I know who the fucking people are. Maybe. And we'll see if it works. But it gave me a whole different scope of the guys. I mean, I'd read up on a lot of them and done some research on it, but it was really interesting. It's a really good documentary, and they've got great footage of the actual air base and things like that, and the real people, and they've got interviews with the real people that survived. So that's what you wanted from the fucking Masters of the Air.
Well,
anyway. There you go. Frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, the new Crow movie had its trailer out. I think we discussed it a little bit last week. It looks fucking horrible. I think friend of the show MXV was like, nobody wants the de-Antwort version of the Crow. And neither does Alex Proyas, the original director. Neither do any of the old school fans, but he came out and said, "I really don't get any joy from seeing negativity about any fellow filmmaker's work, and I'm certain the cast and crew really had all good intentions, as we do on any film. So it pains me to say any more on this topic, but I think the fans' response speaks volumes. The Crow is not just a movie. Brandon Lee died making it, and it was finished as a testament to his lost brilliance and tragic loss. It's his legacy. That's how it should remain." Boom, mic drop. Agreed.
But then he deleted his mic drop.
I think the studio got to him. I think
a little bit. You want to work again?
Yeah.
Well, I for one will not be watching this remake.
Oh, so you could not.
No
you could not pay me.
Even the visuals, I'm just like, oh God, it just feels like you Joker-fied it and bleh.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I pulled out my original signed graphic novel from James O'Barr the other day, and I was flipping through it. And I'm like, yeah, he doesn't have any tattoos. No tattoos.
Not a one. Nay.
Nope. Doesn't have bangs. Nothing. Anyway, I put this last one in here just for you, Brian. 10.2% growth of global music industry. Woo, it's growing, which is why everybody's getting fired, I guess.
Well, that helps.
Yeah, I guess that really helps the profits.
It helps revenue growth.
Yeah.
Profits. Yep.
They say subscription screaming is screaming.
That's how I feel most of the time, Jason. I am subscription screaming.
It's up 11.2%. Yes,
that's my life on the internet.
Subscription screaming. Oh, God.
Yeah. I mean, everything's up because everything's costing more. Prices are rising.
Oh, that's it? No, not more people?
No.
It's not getting more popular. It's just getting more expensive.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Shows are more expensive. If you actually buy physical product, vinyl, fucking CD, whoever has those anymore, prices have risen on those. Subscription streaming prices have gone up because everybody was complaining that they weren't paying enough. So they said, fine, we'll pay more, but we're going to charge you more.
There you go.
And that's why everything's up, which is good. I mean, I don't want this to crash and burn. I love music. Music is very important to me in my life. And I think it's a very important art form, and it's part of our humanity. And unfortunately, it's also a business. And if the business crashes, the music goes. So I don't want that to happen.
How much did you used to pay on CDs and albums a year? Like when you were let's say in your 20s.
I mean, I admit I'm a complete outlier because I had like 10,000 CDs at some point. So I spent thousands of dollars per year.
And now you pay $9.95 a month.
Yep.
So maybe therein lies the
well, for me, for me, streaming is awesome, except for the fact that they don't have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I forget, and it's the curation problem again, right? Like I used to be able to walk over to an entire wall of CDs and peruse them alphabetically because I was fucking anal about that, and figure out what I want to listen to. Now, I don't know. It's whatever pops into my head. So
that's kind of the problem. It's definitely a problem. I used to spend a couple $100s a year, and I wasn't even a big music guy, but You buy 5 CDs right there. That's $100. I knew I would buy at least 15 CDs a year.
Yep.
For
I would go. I would go to a music store once a week.
Yeah, that was it. You'd go on release day and go check out what came out, and if something new came out, you'd buy it. And if you just wanted something old that just happened to be there, you'd buy it. And that's the way it was. Individual spending is down. That's why it's silly. The cost ratio to what we used to pay to what we pay now is just so out of whack.
It is completely out of whack. Again, that's one of the main arguments about screaming music, is that it's been completely devalued. Like it has no value anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well. And by the way, and that same thing, I have my music, alphabetical, but when I'm in my Jeep with my little LCD screen trying to figure out what I want to do with Apple Music, and the searches, if I view by artist, you get a keyboard and you can press one letter. You can't search. It's like,
and then you crash and drive into a lake.
Exactly. It's so hard to just figure out, to serendipitously find something by glancing at a wall of CDs. That just doesn't exist anymore. You just have to let the algorithm tell you what's random.
Yeah, no thanks. That makes me sad. So I'm going to go listen to some Finnish death metal by hot Finnish chicks.
Ups and doodads.
So you had mentioned Poe the other week, and I installed it and I've actually been giving it a go. I've been using it a bit this week, which also kind of shaded my previous discussion about how I think AI is somewhat ridiculous. It's a fun toy. Like, I definitely play around with it. I've used it maybe a few times for work. It's helped me craft a few tricky emails in terms of giving me a starting point, but I still, completely rewrote it. Mm-hmm. Poe's a cool little tool to have available. My main point is I'm not entirely sure what I would use it for on a day-to-day basis. There's no point in me paying for it. Let me put it that way.
See, I can see where paying for it will come in handy because I hit all the limits on all the different models that I wanted to use. Because I used it quite a bit this week.
Right.
I used the unstable diffusion. No, not that one, actually. Unstable diffusion is a real thing that is not what I was going to use. That's the one where you get the chicks with 85 boobs on it in anime. But no, hat. I did some stuff with it, and I got to say the Claude model is so much better for a lot of things than ChatGPT. But,
ChatGPT seems to have fallen behind, basically.
Yeah. Well, they say GPT-5 will be coming out sometime in the summer. That's what the word on the street is. We'll see what that is. We'll see how we just have to track how fast global warming is going and to know how fast and how much water we have left.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need the global dipstick that we can just dip in and say, yep, ChatGPT-5's coming. We're running low. We're low.
So unfortunately, we only have a global dipshit called Elon Musk.
Well, we have a couple global dipshits, but right now he is the dipshit du jour for sure.
That's true. Well, 19 years after its debut, Reddit is now a publicly traded company. Yes, you can buy stock in a company that's entire value proposition is its users, and it keeps pissing them off.
Yes.
Does it sound like a good idea to you?
Well, it did to a lot of people because that stock popped.
Yeah, they aim to sell 15.3 million shares at $34 a pop to raise around $519 million. So they've had lots of controversies, though. Last year, users protested against the company's decision to start charging for API access, effectively killing some third-party apps that hooked into the platform. Thousands of subreddits went private and or stopped letting users post for a while. And in its S1 filing, they do note the importance of their users, stating that if engagement declines, our business, results of operation, financial condition, and prospects will be harmed. Yeah, because you're a forum. You're forum software. That's all you are.
Pretty much. But no, Brian, it's the front page
of the internet. But it's $519 million forum software, Jason.
Yeah, it's trading right now as we record this at $49.17.
Well, there you go. I predict that will drop.
Now, Brian, this next one's a throwback to something that I had that is near and dear to my heart: the single-use website or the single-purpose website. Mm-hmm. This website tells travelers if they're flying on a Boeing plane. Yes, this is called the website is called "Am I Flying on a Boeing?" Which, unfortunately, I went and checked for the domain that this should have been, but it was taken, which is Boeing or not. Come on,
yes, that would be great.
That was somebody else got it, and they're sitting on it like a dumbass. But Boeing or not, come on. Seriously. But yeah, just go throw in your flight number and the date, and you find out if you're on a Boeing. I mean, it could be changed because, two
There's
things.
no guarantee of accuracy because it's the internet.
And it's created by an AI developer, which means it could be hallucinating. You could be flying on a purple phoenix for all you know. But hey.
I did read an article over on The Atlantic, kind of not talking about this software, but talking about Boeing and flying safety. And it is so safe to fly now. This is so ridiculous. Like, I get that there was an issue with a plane. I think they broke down the math on it. I don't have it in front of me, but he basically said, you are safer flying on a plane than sitting on a couch in your fucking apartment.
Yeah. No, when you get to the airport, you're safer once you get on the plane than you are in the terminal of the airport.
Yeah. So don't bother with this one-stop shop site. You're fine.
You're fine, but it's still fun.
Yeah, Come on. Is. Finn wrote in, I'm a 15-year-old and getting into photography. My parents are buying me a computer, and I'll be contributing from my savings, specifically saved for this purpose, to get a really good one. I'll be using it primarily for photo and video editing. What do you recommend I get? A subscription to an AI software package and never take a picture again. Thanks. P.S. Love your podcast. I get to listen because my mom listens. LOL. Well, shit. I should cuss less.
No, he's 15. He probably swears worse than we do.
All right, that one's for you, Jason. You're the Mr. Photographer here.
Well, thanks, Finn's mom for letting him listen. So here's the deal: photo editing. If you're just doing photos, I'd say get a MacBook Air because those things are fantastic, and they've
got one right here. It's awesome.
They got way more than enough horsepower for photo editing. And I use Lightroom Classic for. Basically, just get an Adobe subscription, save up and get that because Photoshop and Lightroom are the things you want the most. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as video, that's where it gets problematic because what you need for video editing is lots of RAM. I ran into this. I've got multiple machines that I run, and basically all my recommendations are going to be Mac centric. I mean, if you want more bang for your buck, probably just go get a PC.
Cheaper, but you got to know what you're doing.
And then you got to use, it's not Audition, Premiere and After Effects. Mm-hmm. I think those are the main ones for the PC. You can use those on a Mac too. I'm a Final Cut guy right now. It could be changing. Who the fuck knows? DaVinci also good, which is cross-platform. Bang for your buck, PCs are always going to be better. But if you're a Mac guy, so I've got an M1 Mac Studio with 64 gig of RAM. I've got an M2 Mac Mini with 24 gig of RAM. And I've got an M1 14-inch MacBook Pro with 32 gig of RAM. There is a marked difference between the M2 with 24 gig of RAM and the M1 with 64 gig of RAM. The M1 is damn near instantaneous for anything I do on these big video projects, like massive video projects. The M2 has a hard time keeping up because it's swapping stuff in and out of memory. So whatever you get, I mean, any of the M series Macs are great for video editing, but you just want to maximize RAM if you're going to be doing video editing.
Yep.
And make sure that if you're doing anything with external drives, which you definitely will be, make sure they're the fastest you can get because writing to SSDs is all over the board. And if you're going to try and do video editing from a spinning disk backup, like old school hard drive, the RAM doesn't matter because you're going to be going. That's going to be the bottleneck. So, if you want super speed, get as much RAM as you can get. The Mac Studios are phenomenal. Love them. Mac Minis are okay, but they max out on RAM. You can't get as much RAM. I guess you can if you want to spend gazillions of dollars, but I just find the Studio to be the best for that. And the laptop, you're always going to pay a premium for portability. So. It's a range on what you're going to get, but so you have to kind of float that matrix with how much money you have. That's where it all comes down to it. But
cough it up, Mom. Cough it up.
Cough it up, and don't skimp on that camera either, because if you're going to be doing photo and video editing, start with that tool first. You want to make sure you get a good camera. You don't want to spend everything to have like great video editing and then come back with like a Kodak Instamatic or something.
Unless you're being artsy.
Yes. You're being retro, which only works for so long. So I tried Zoom for the Apple TV this week, Brian.
Okay.
It works great.
All right.
It really works well. You do have to I used my iPhone for the camera, because you use the Confluence camera for that, which, it's one of the most beautiful webcams you can get because it's a $1,000 webcam. That worked fine. Pairing it only took a minute to get everything kind of set up. And I've got Zoom tied into my calendar, so all of the meetings I want to go to are already on screen. So I just pick the meeting. Once I get logged in and everything set up, it's really easy to just pop in and use my 75-inch TV for my Zoom meetings, which is awesome.
Right.
Because I do it because that means I'm in my bed and I'm comfortable and relaxed. And then I point the camera at my dogs because I don't
was
want to be
about
on camera.
to say, that must be fun viewing for everybody else.
I never turn on my camera on Zoom, man.
Yeah.
You have to log. I like when you're setting it up, you have to turn it on.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's a really good integration. I'm amazed.
Cool. I never use Zoom, so unfortunately it doesn't really affect me.
Oh, that's right. You're a Teams guy.
Yeah, almost all my stuff is Teams. So.
Yeah. I'm a recovering alcoholic. We're all Zoom. And because we've talked about for over 11 years now, we bitched about this long before we started this show about how you cannot get a manual anywhere anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Apple has revamped its support offerings with the launch of a new documentation page on its website that consolidates all the tech specs, guides, and support articles for all of their products in one single, easy-to-navigate location. Available at support.apple.com/docs.
Cool.
So,
that's nice. I wish everybody else made it easier. My wife tasked me with draining the washing machine, whatever they call it. I can't remember. They've got a filter in there and you got to drain. You're supposed to drain it every month. I'm relatively sure that this washing machine has never, ever been drained. It took me like 15 minutes online to find the manual to give me the steps to get through it.
I did
it's
that
unbelievably
too.
difficult.
2 months ago,
Did
I had
you
to do that. I had
Wow,
to do
how
that same
weird.
fucking thing.
Had you ever done it before in your life?
Never.
Me
Never.
either.
Never
It's
knew
so
it existed.
easy. I didn't know we were supposed to. My wife saw it on an Instagram.
Well, I got a warning that I couldn't drain because I dog hair,
Ah, right, yeah.
And then I had to find. I was like, where is it? Because it's
Man, this is a topic for the Dave segment.
Yeah, seriously, home repair. Let's get into.
Yeah, but anyways, the point being, it took a long time, way longer than it should have, to find the manual.
Seriously.
And yes,
yeah.
I should have had a printed manual, but the washing machine came with the house, and the previous owners did not leave the manual. So,
my roommate's a real estate broker, and whenever she would sell houses that people were leaving appliances behind in, we would always get their hand-me-down. So we've got two mismatched washer and dryers because one of them upgraded and one of them didn't. So we didn't get any manuals, but we get free appliances. So I'll take the Googling and YouTubing for a few minutes for the really nice stackable Maytags or whatever.
Nice.
But yeah, the manual would have been, I found a guy on YouTube that, was showing how to do it because it's hidden. You can't find where the damn filter is. Except the manual, when I finally found that, said to, make sure that you have ample drainage for when you unplug the thing because water is going to go everywhere, which the YouTube guy didn't.
Now that pissed me off too, because in the manual for my washing machine, it seemed to imply that a very small amount of water would come out. That was not the case.
It was not small.
No, I was frantically grabbing towels.
Yes.
Jesus
exactly.
Christ. You didn't say there'd be fucking 8 gallons in there.
I know. That was the same thing. I'm like, now I got to wash a load of towels.
The illustration had this tiny little plastic
3
tub.
drops.
I was like, okay, I've got this. This should do. This is bigger than the one in the illustration. Nope.
Nope, not at all. That shit went everywhere.
Yeah. Found the previous owners had a daughter. I found all these buttons from kids' clothes in there. And Jesus Christ. So I'll be doing that every 2 months now.
How random. I haven't done it in years since I've never, on this one, I've never done it. It's I didn't know it was a thing until it said water can't drain. I'm like, well, the drain's empty here. What's going on? Then it's like, oh God.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. Add it to your calendar, Brian. More house shit to do.
Yeah, I do. That is my number one home tip, by the way. And get in your Apple Calendar. You can find ones that you can import that basically give you seasonal tasks to do. It's a good thing.
That reminds me, my Nest thermostat told me I have to replace my filter today. So, God.
Better Google that manual.
No, that one I can figure out. Except one time I forgot to turn it off, and it kicked on right as I was putting it in there, and my hand got caught because the filter went right to the top while my hand was in it. It didn't hurt or anything, but it scared the shit out of me. It almost fell off the ladder. I'm like, ah!
All right, new podcast, Home Repair with the Grumpy Old Geeks.
Home disrepair.
Home diffusion.
Closing shout outs.
Over at Patreon, we got a note from Joe R. He said, just created a website you may enjoy. Go to astrojoe.space. I did. Joe's a very talented astrophotographer.
Yeah, I think he sends us stuff every now and then on Instagram and DMs. Sorry, we never write back to those, but I have seen them. They're very good.
Yeah, very good. Go check out astrojoe.space.
Very cool. Over at PayPal, we've got Nathaniel, Blake, Bowling, Sloan, Ramsey, Andrew, Brian, Tom, and Joseph.
All right. Over at the tip jar, we've got Sean, Eric, Karen, Richard, Ross, and Theodore. Thank everybody so much.
Yes, thank you.
So much.
And we have a new novel for a review.
I'm going to go get some coffee. I'll be back in a minute.
Why don't you go change that filter right now?
I'm going to go hit the filter.
I'll be reading this.
I have to drive home to do it, but I think I'll still have time.
Don't worry, you got time.
Okay.
Keep on grumping 5 stars. Hey guys, I love your show. I look forward to listening to it every Saturday morning over breakfast. As someone, did you really need to include these details? I'm just saying, brevity here, people. I don't care what you were eating. It could have been lunch. Who gives a shit?
Run this through ChatGPT for summarize.
As someone who worked in IT for over 4 decades, I agree with your observation that nothing has changed in 11 years. It seems that every few years we have this exciting new technology or paradigm that's world-changing that either turns out to be more technology snake oil or just another flavor of an idea that's been around for decades. On your last episode, Jason was asking how to get old people to get and wear their hearing aids. As someone who has worn hearing aids for over a decade, I understand. They can be a hassle. While there have been improvements in the last few years, such as the transition from disposable my God, it's like reading a Wikipedia about hearing aids. Disposable batteries, they were tiny and tough and to swap when the dexterity is reduced to lithium rechargeable batteries. They are higher maintenance than glasses. You have to remember, well, yeah, I imagine they would be. You have to remember to charge them. They require lots of cleaning, earwax yucks, and the replacement parts like in-ear domes and receiver wax guards are a hassle. It was frustrating for me, and I was in my 50s. I can't imagine dealing with them in my 70s. Oh my God, here we go. Not to mention they are expensive. Thousands of dollars for a good pair. My company benefits only covered about half the cost, and they don't correct your hearing the same way that glasses correct your vision. They just compensate for the loss by blasting the higher frequency sounds into your ear. While I found it hard to get through the workday without them, once I retired, I find myself wearing them less and less, and now only put them in if I'm going into a challenging environment with lots of background noise like a shopping mall or sports arena. So maybe Apple is onto something. Anyway, keep up the great work. You didn't provide a name, and I'm sorry I made fun of you. I appreciate you listening.
Yeah,
Wow.
Thanks for listening, because it apparently takes a lot of work to listen for you.
My mouth is tired.
Oh, yes, thanks very much. And the person in question that we're dealing with is 95, so way more than 70s. Yes, she's 95.
Wow. Amazing. Keep on trucking.
Oh, yeah, no, she's a machine. But she just can't hear a fucking thing. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. Got some sad news this week. The unsung hero of countless boozy nights out has passed away. Shigechi Negishi, inventor of the first commercially available karaoke machine, died of natural causes at the age of 100.
Good. I fucking hate karaoke.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. Oh, man.
So
that's the good news. In sad news, Werner Vinge, father of the tech singularity, has died at age 79. If you've never read Fire Upon the Deep, read it. It is one of the best science fiction novels ever written, hands down.
Yeah, he's a good author. I enjoy him a lot. I follow David Brin on social media, and he wrote a nice eulogy to him.
Yes, I have a couple links in here. One is a talk that he gave at Google about Children of the Sky, but I forgot, he's the one that actually brought the term the singularity into popular context. Not
popular culture.
Yeah, not Kurzweil. It was Vinge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, highly recommend his books. Highly, highly recommend. He will be missed. Until next, unlike the karaoke guy, fuck that dude. Until next time, I'm Jason.
Wish he died at
DeFilippo.
20, never invented the fucking
I know.
thing.
Can we go back in time? Screw Hitler. Let's get rid of the karaoke guy. Wonderwall.
If I can make it there.
Don't get me started on Bon Jovi and fucking Journey, please.
Whoa.
Stop.
I'm halfway out the fucking bar.
Take us out of here now, please.
Thanks for listening to Grumpy Old Geek. Show notes and links to everything we talked about today are at gog.show/641. gog.show/donate is the place to drop us a few bills so we can keep bringing you this top-notch entertainment. Sharing the show with your friends, enemies, or anyone in between is free and can be almost as good as cash. Almost. At gog.show, you can find a link to our Discord channel if you want to chat with us and other show fans. Head over to gog.show/contact to send us your feedback, comments, or links to cool shit you think we should talk about. gog.show/review is where you can write us a novel and preferably a 5-star rating that we can read on the air. Stay grumpy.